5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Right now at 4, fire investigators are working to learn more about what sparked this massive fire at a vacant historic church in North St. Louis last night. Thanks for being here at 4. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. There have been several fires at that former St. Augustine Roman Catholic church in recent years. The church is in the St. Louis Place neighborhood. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is back from the scene now with new information from investigators. Diamond.
Well, Brent and Kay, the St. Louis Fire Department says it's the third time since there's been a fire at the church since 2022. The department says they're still working to determine the cause of last night's fire. Just before 9 Monday evening, heavy flames could be seen coming from the former St. Augustine Roman Catholic Church. 60 firefighters fought the flames for nearly 2 hours before the fire was finally put out. Firefighters determined they would not enter the building to fight the fire and remained on the exterior of the building. The department says the flames extended into the 250-foot tall steeple. City records indicate the building is owned by the city, designated as a city landmark, and listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The fire department's chief says the building is unsafe and nobody should be entering it.
There's also some buildings located fairly close to this church, right across the street. So that's a concern for me as well, is are they within a collapse zone? So I'd rather seen it taken down the right way so that we protect the homes that are still viable on the street. But then again, you look on the other side of that, it's like, this is a landmark. This is a beautiful piece of architecture built in the 1890s, and you don't find buildings like this anymore.
I have reached out to the Land Reutilization Authority, the division of the city that owns the church, to see what is planned for the building, and I haven't heard back from them yet.
All right, thank you, Diamond. Right now, a deadly fire remains under investigation in St. Francis County. The Big River Fire Department tells us they responded to the fire on Hillsborough Road just after 5 o'clock last night. Crews found a woman outside the home, her son, who was paralyzed, still inside. The department says a group of people tried to get him out but couldn't. He died inside the home. The state fire marshal is investigating, but they do not believe the fire is suspicious.
Tonight, the Hazelwood School Board will meet for the first time since a brutal fight involving Hazelwood East students. Right now, 16-year-old Kaylee Gaines is unconscious 10 days after the fight near the high school. The Gaines family says she suffered a fractured skull that resulted in brain bleeding and swelling. A 15-year-old is being held in juvenile custody on assault charges. A hearing could determine whether she will be charged as an adult. The regularly scheduled school board meeting is at 6:30 tonight at the HSD Learning Center on News Hall's Ferry Road. That's in Florissant.
Now to the latest in the search for missing Mizzou student Riley Strain. Hours ago, his family gave an update on efforts to find him. Strain, who was in Nashville for a fraternity trip, disappeared March 8th after being kicked out of a bar. Nashville authorities have searched both on land and in the Cumberland River for him with no luck. His family has now reached out to the volunteer group, the United Cajun Navy, to help with the search.
Our goal is still to bring Riley home. We feel that is still a very pliable goal. We feel like Dave and his team and the volunteers that he knows are very skilled and will help bring this for us.
Investigators say there's been no evidence to show Strain was chased or followed on the night of his disappearance. Illinois voters making a trip to the polls for the Illinois primary.
That's right. They will cast ballots on local referendums and choose their preferred nominees, including for the presidential race. One major race that we're watching tonight is the 12th Congressional District between Republicans Mike Bost and Darren Bailey. Bost is running for his 6th term. Former President Donald Trump endorsed him. Bailey ran for governor in 2022. He was a state lawmaker before that. Polls close at 7 tonight. We have an election guide for Illinois voters. All you have to do is text the word guide to 314-425-5355. We'll send it to your phone.
While the presidential candidates have locked up their party's nominations, today's primaries could play a big role in the future of each campaign. Donald Trump cast his ballot in the Florida primary as he faces new challenges. On social media, he's lashing out over the $464 million civil fraud judgment against him for his company's business practices. He has until Monday before the New York Attorney General could start seizing his assets. Trump's also taking heat for his latest controversial comments.
Any Jewish person that votes for Democrats hates their religion, they hate everything about Israel, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
I've never heard a president say the things that this guy has said, but the difference is he means them.
Immigration is a key issue this election year. While polls show many Americans prefer former President Trump over President Biden on immigration, Arizona Democrats are trying to reframe the issue, pointing to the bipartisan border bill that Trump opposed and House Republicans blocked. Stay with 5 on Your Side for Illinois primary election coverage. You can get up-to-the-minute election results at ksdk.com/elections once the polls close, or scan the QR code on your screen for a link. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, will also be here for 5 on Your Side at 10 to break down the results. New at 4, a program at Mercy Hospital is becoming a model for others across the country. The Supported Volunteer Program gives individuals with developmental disabilities volunteer opportunities with the goal of employment at the end.
That's right. 5 on Your Side's Mercedes McKay shows us how it's already changing lives.
If you walk the halls of Mercy Hospital St. Louis, you'll probably see or hear Molly Canton Wine.
I'm very outgoing.
Loved by her supervisors, coworkers, and patients.
She is a star pupil.
But it wasn't that long ago that Molly herself was the one in the hospital bed.
They had me hooked up to so many things, like the IVs and all that. And I woke up and I'm like, what are they trying to do, get free Wi-Fi off me?
Despite the adversity Molly's faced, she's never lost that sense of humor. It's that personality that's made the 2-time brain aneurysm and stroke survivor a role model in Mercy's Support Volunteer Program.
We're giving people a chance to find what they're good at.
Supervisor Dr. John Bruno says the program gives people with disabilities volunteer opportunities inside the hospital, from the kitchen to administration to even the OR, with the hopes of employment at the end.
The hiring managers start to understand that these guys are bringing strengths. It's not a nice thing to do. It's somebody who's coming with some real strengths.
Molly is one of the 14 volunteers who moved to employment this year, now working as a patient transporter. And 5 months in, she's already succeeding. Just ask her.
I'm really good at what I do. Dr. Bruno can accompany to that.
Here at Mercy St. Louis, volunteers that go through this program, just like Molly, don't only learn the technical skills of the job they're doing, but they also learn soft and hard skills to help them with future employment.
We're helping individuals really move into their fullness of what their potential is.
It's that potential that Molly wants to inspire others to find in themselves.
If that's what you want to do, then go for it.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on Your Side.
Part of this program also includes an element for high school students with disabilities. They go through a similar volunteer program with the hopes of being hired full-time. Head to our website, ksdk.com, under the As Seen on TV section for more information.